Hi, my name's Kristen Boddy and I'm an IELTS teacher at Viva College in Brisbane. Today we're continuing our series in Spotlight on IELTS, talking about the IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. So far we've looked at different types of data like a line graph and a map. But today I want to talk to you about writing about a process. Before we begin, let's quickly review the general rules. So in Writing Task 1, you have 20 minutes and you need to write a minimum of 150 words. If you write more than 150 words, that's fine, but if you write less, you will be penalized. Okay, so we've talked about the structure of the Task 1 in our previous Spotlight on IELTS segments. So today we want to talk about how we can describe this process in the second and third paragraph of your answer. In the first paragraph, don't forget, you're paraphrasing the question and you're writing your overall statement. Now, whenever you write an overall statement to describe a process, my advice is that you do two things. The first is you summarize how many stages there are in the process. So in this process here, where we're looking at making a cup of tea, we can see that there are 4 stages. The other thing that you should do in your overall statement is summarize how long the process will take in total. So the first stage is 2 minutes, the second stage is 10 seconds, the third stage is 2 minutes, and the fourth stage is 20 seconds. So in total, that's 4.5 minutes. So your overall statement could say, overall, there are 4 stages in this process and it requires 4.5 minutes to complete. In the next part of your answer, paragraphs 2 and 3, you're going to begin to describe the stages in the process. Now, there are 2 very important things that you need to remember when you're doing this. In different types of data, they often give you a date, and usually that date is in the past, which means that you're going to use the past tense to write your answer. With a process, however, they usually don't give you a date, which means that you write the process in the present tense. The other important thing to remember is when you're describing a process, you don't care about who's doing it, which means you need to use the passive voice. This grammatical structure is made up of the verb to be plus the past participle. So for example, the man kicked the ball is an active sentence, and the ball was kicked by the man is a passive sentence. So we're using the passive voice to talk about the stages in the process. So we might say there are 4 stages in this process. The first stage requires the water to be boiled. Or in the first stage, the water is boiled. In the second stage, the water is poured into the cup. In the third stage, the tea bag is added to the cup and it is brewed for 2 minutes. In the fourth stage, sugar and milk are added to the cup. So it's very important that you're using the passive voice and you're not worrying about who's doing the action. Let's quickly review what we've talked about today. So this is a task where you have to describe a process. You're writing 150 words in 20 minutes. In your first paragraph, you paraphrase the question and you give an overall statement where you talk about the total number of stages and the total time taken. And then in your second and third paragraphs, you describe the stages using the passive voice and using the present tense. My name's Kristen Boddy. I'm an IELTS teacher at Viva College in Brisbane. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions or would like to leave some comments, leave them in the section below. And I hope that you'll join us next time for Spotlight on IELTS. Bye for now.